Hello and welcome, my name is Andy Lehman from freedomskillsacademy.com. So a warm welcome again to this video. If you've seen any of the previous videos, you'll know this is what we call a Life Bible extract. Today is actually not in the Life Bible, it's something I want to talk about, but you can get yourself a free copy of the book if you go to the link above on the website. There's some other goodies on there as well. The Freedom Skills Academy is about trying to find more freedom and more balance in your life by basically learning premium skills and finding other ways to make money which give you more time freedom, so you're not actually chained to the job, so to speak, unless you want to be chained to a job. So in one of the things I'm going to talk about today, or the thing I'm going to talk about today is, in a previous video we talked about fully automated passive income systems and sort of marketing funnels. These are online things, and these are things I think most people should have. Mainly because you can make sales and make money in your spare time while you're doing other stuff. You have money coming into your account without actually having to do a great deal. But one of the best, or one of the better ways to make money is to do things such as coaching or consulting. Now, you might be thinking that that's not available to you because you don't know enough about a certain thing. That's possibly not necessarily true, but the whole point about this is what I want to sort of get across is that you could know something enough to charge possibly, let's say £97, $97 for a short consulting phone call. You can be a writer, a copywriter, you could be a web builder, you could be whatever it is that you do. You could even be a sports person, you could be a guitar player, you could be anything. Either or, it is highly possible that there is someone in this world who is willing to learn more and need questions answering, and they are willing to pay somebody who knows, who has the expertise to do that. Okay, so you might not think this is for you, and it's highly possible that there could be people it isn't for. But if you are looking for an extra way to make some extra money, or looking for a way to make money without having to be chained to a 9-to-5 job, to a proper job, because remember the word job stands for sort of J-O-B, just over broke. You can often be trapped in a job working from paycheck to paycheck. So this is a great way to earn some extra money, or it's even a great way to earn money and have extra freedom, because basically, again, it depends on what you can teach or what you can do for other people, but you can charge people to talk to people about specific things. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to get paid just to ramble crap. It's obviously got to be helpful. I mean, there is people who do get paid to ramble crap because you only got to look at tarot card readings or sort of Mystic Meg style stuff on the internet. You know, people do like a Skype call and probably spend 30 minutes and pay somebody to ramble all kinds of crap. We're talking here about sort of like businesses. I mean, excuse me, I recently saw a guy in America who is making around 10 grand a month consulting and coaching business clients. So he's gone to businesses who are making a set amount of money, and he knows that they can afford his services, and he's teaching them how to find an extra $100,000 a year in their business by making these little alterations, improvements. Now, he himself may not have built a hugely successful business, but what he did when he was working for another company was that he made some alterations to how they did things, which resulted in the company making over £100,000 profit with little to no expense. It was stuff that they were doing, or while he was at work, he made these alterations. And what he did, like we've said in previous videos, everything has a root cause. And cause and effect, as we know, is basically if you do something, it has a specific response, a specific effect. If you do something different, then the effect will be different. That's just how we live in this world. There are just sort of undefiable rules. You know, if you go outside when it's raining, you get wet. If you go out when it's hot and not raining, you get hot and you stay dry. Why? Because it's just how it is. They are sort of cause and effect. When it's raining, you get wet. You know, you put your coat on, you're still going to get rained on. It's one of those things. These are roots and cause. And so in his business, or in this business he worked for, he did specific things which basically generated an extra $100,000 a year and then he went to another business and he did exactly the same thing. And he stopped there and he thought, do you know what? I know how to do this. It wasn't particularly how to run the business. It wasn't a skill set he had. He knew a certain thing that would deliver a specific set of rules. So he then put himself out there. He set himself up a website, and on the website was a landing page. So there was a landing page with an opt-in button for, I think basically there might have been like, get this half-an-hour video. So you get the video, you opt into an email list, you then watch the video, and the video will be like, would you like to book a call with me? So he would probably give, so in that video there's probably like 5 tips or a series of tips how to save £50,000 a year in your business by doing this for free. So people watch the video, they look and they do that, and they look and they implement it, or they see that, oh, we can do that. So they make those changes, they start to see results happening, they see that they are actually saving money instead of hemorrhaging the money like they were beforehand, so they're starting to save the money. This then basically reinforces the idea that this guy knows what he's doing, but then he'll send an email out later on, or probably another video, or do something which will probably say something along the lines of, I can show you how to generate an extra £100,000 a year, $100,000 a year in your business by doing these certain things. If you would like me to help you, give me a call. So they book a call and he says, yes, I can help you, but it's going to cost £5,000 per month, and it'll last for say 3 months. So that's £15,000. People are willing to pay that because they're likely to make £100,000 in the first place. So, you're going to be looking at sort of around £85,000 profit from the investment of paying him to help them. Now, what he would do was basically sit there, a bit like what I'm doing now. You probably have a face-to-face call over the internet, or maybe a telephone call, and he would then tell them what they needed to do. He would have a plan for them to follow, and he would probably help them to implement it, but he probably wouldn't even do the work. So there are done-for-you services, done-for-you systems. He probably wasn't even doing that. He was basically probably telling them what to do, and he might even have a call with certain staff members within the business and then say to them, this is what you need to do, and you need to do this at this time, and blah, 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 blah. So basically they were then following what he was saying to them. They were implementing everything that he said. So he was getting paid. This guy was getting paid like 10 grand a month to tell them what to do to generate this extra $100,000 a year, and it worked. But that's because he knew that. So going back to what we were saying, if you know something, then there are people who are willing to pay it, and you don't have to necessarily do the work. You could be basically charging per call. So it could be, I've seen this again, this is something I've seen in certain groups in Facebook, copywriters who are charging like a $97 or $197 call to have an hour talking to them so that they can help you grow your copywriting business, or they can critique specific sales letters. They can help you to get better. And they often say, you're having an hour's call, so don't come on talking about the weather and having a laugh at a joke. It's your time. Basically, once you start the call, you are being billed for that time, so they only get an hour. And that's what they're getting paid for. And so if you know something that you can help people with, you can get paid for that. But like I say, build a website, use social media to sort of let people know that you know this information, and share a few case studies, show people that you've done this, get some attraction marketing going, get people to your website, have a free video or a free lead magnet. Basically, you could get people to book a call, and then you could actually get paid for doing nothing more than spending probably half an hour every other week talking to specific members. Build up a plan, give it to somebody else, off you trot. Now, just recently I was reading a book by a guy, Michael Killen, I think his name is. He would build marketing funnels at $25,000 per sort of marketing funnel. And he's gone from, I said he builds them, he's gone from building them to basically consulting companies on how to build them. So these companies are paying like 25 grand to be told how to build these marketing funnels, which would generate more money for them. So basically what he's done is he's set himself up as a specialist in this industry, in this niche, but then he's approached companies that are making, let's say they're making $500,000 a year, and they're online, and they're not doing what he knows they should be doing. So then he basically attracts these businesses, and then what he does is he has his plan, he has this layout, he has this idea and everything. So he's got everything in plan, and people pay him 25 grand to basically talk to their staff members about what they need to do, what they have to implement, and that's what he does. He'll probably email over the plans, the sheets. He'll probably do a special call and say, right, I've got this sheet, this is what you need to do. We'll talk through it, and then I've given you a list of things that you need to do, like a step-by-step guide. Then what I need you to do is go off and do that. When you've got to that point, we'll have another chat. So he'll probably have another half an hour to an hour chat the following week or the following fortnight, and just go over it. So basically he's getting paid to consult, coach and manage or oversee them doing the work. So he's not actually particularly doing the work himself. So yes, he's had to create the forms, the plan, the check boxes, the checklists and stuff like that. And yes, he's had to do phone calls with them. But you imagine getting paid 25 grand to basically do phone calls to people. You know, it's not bad, is it? So the reason why I'm telling you this is I know it may not necessarily be for everyone, and you may not fancy this, and it may be a while before you can get to some point. You might not think you've got the skills or the skill set or anything that you can talk about, but the chances are you probably have, and you might have to start small. But you know, when people are struggling for money, they tend to go looking for second jobs. There's only so many hours you can work without making yourself poorly, without making yourself tired. And with the COVID world that we live in, and you don't necessarily want to be around people all the time, there's not always the jobs available either, because the way lockdowns are happening, we've got industries, sort of hospitality industries, hotels, restaurants, you know, these are all shutting down, or, you know, they've been locked up for God knows how long because of the lockdowns. So you can't always find an extra job if you wanted to. And then if you are, you're exchanging your hours for basically, what's the minimum wage here in the UK? Over the age of 23, it's about £10, something like that. So you can work an hour for 10 quid. Where here we are talking about you could work half an hour every week for 3-6 months for like 25 grand. If you have a skill set that, you know, companies need and you can deliver upon. But you could actually, but as I say, instead of working at a petrol station earning £10 an hour, dealing with people who are coming in late at night, the possibility of being robbed and, you know, having to deal with shoplifters and idiots and stuff like that, instead of doing that for £10 an hour, you could actually sit at home in the comfort of your own home with a mug of tea and possibly talk to someone for half an hour and get paid £97. You know, which is best? Which would you prefer to do? Which is the easiest? You may not even want to talk to people. The idea of working in the petrol station might appeal, but the freedom that working from home talking to someone for half an hour for £97 is probably more appealing. You might want more free time. I mean, do you want to spend all your days working? So let's say you're working in a day job, but you need some extra money. Do you want to spend the night times working at a petrol station? The idea of being able to charge £97 to talk to someone for half an hour to an hour once a week has to be more appealing. If you can turn that into a full-time job, that's even better. So I just wanted to bring this idea to you because we have the technology available. If you've got the information, if you've got the ideas, if you've got the expertise, if you've got the skill set, if you've got the knowledge that other people want, if other people are willing to pay for, then, you know, go for it. I mean, here's a prime example. It's a different example. It's a prime example. You can get a burger from McDonald's for 99 pence on certain days of the year when they're running promotion. So you can get a beef burger in bread bun for 99 pence, possibly 99 cents in America. In Holland, there's a Dutch company, Dutch restaurant, I can't remember their name, but recently they did a burger which cost €5,000, which is around it's about £4,800 or something ridiculous. I think in US dollars it was over $5,000. So they were doing this burger. I mean, you know, there's a big difference. They're both burgers. They are both burgers, but there's a big difference. I think it had like some sort of crab pate on top of this burger with caviar and the way it was cooked. So the ingredients were expensive ingredients, but even so, they'd have probably only been like $100 or $200 at the most. And they were charging £5 grand for this burger, even though you can get a burger for 99 pence. They were selling this for around £5 grand. People bought the burger. The first burger that was bought, the money went towards a local food kitchen, a food bank. So it was really good. It was actually taking the money out of the wealthy and giving it to less fortunate people. So it was good in that respect. But the point is, someone somewhere was willing to spend $5 grand on a burger, which probably, even as I say, you probably could justify paying, charging $200 for, to cover the cost of cooking and the materials. But people were paying $5,000 to buy €5,000 to buy a burger when you can buy one for 99p. So yes, the taste will be better. It's better ingredients, the better experience. You probably served better. You've not had, it's not been thrown to you out of a window at a drive-through in McDonald's, and it's probably served on a plate. It had gold flakes on the food or something. So the whole experience is different. But is it worth $5,000? Probably not. But there are people who are willing to pay that. So if you know something, you have knowledge, and you can deliver something, especially if the results are, the results with the burger is basically you're eating the burger and you're going, oh, that's nice, I enjoyed it, that was great, got a good memory. Boom, it's done with, and the next day you're basically sat on the loo getting rid of it. At least with the guy who was earning 10 grand a month, showing businesses how to generate an extra 100,000 in their business by doing a few things. At least the company who was spending that 10 grand was actually getting a profit of around 80-90,000 in their business at no extra cost. Obviously they're paying him 10 grand, but they were getting something that was beneficial. That extra 80-90 grand could probably pay wages for 2 more staff, which could then increase sales or increase other stuff. There was always a knock-on effect. There's always like a second response and a second response reaction. So you've got your first reaction, second reaction, third reaction. That money that they freed up, or that extra money that they earned, could do them so much more, and it was worth the money. So they were willing to pay this guy 10 grand a month to do that. So like I said, if there's something that there's something that you can do. If you could deliver specific results to a person, there are people who will pay a lot of money to be taught how to talk to members of the opposite sex or the same sex, depending on who you are, what your how you were born. Some people aren't confident. Some people are struggling to be able to communicate with people that they want to communicate with, and so they pay other people to teach them that, and they'll pay handsomely for it. So if you know something, if you're able to deliver results, if you have information, skill sets that other people are willing to learn, then you can teach people that. And you don't have to create an ebook. Even though in a previous video I've talked about it, I think you should definitely do your own fully automated passive income system, with an ebook or a digital product. Definitely do that, because you can earn money while you're doing everything else. While you're basically watching TV or asleep, you can earn money on autopilot. Worth having. That then could lead to this other product. But like I say, you could actually pay, or you get paid to talk to people, to talk them through things, to help them. And it could be behavioural, first, or mindset. It could be changes to the personality, lifestyle. It could be business. It could be anything. So if you've got those skills, you've got that knowledge, then it is possible that you could actually charge quite a bit just to consult and coach people, which is far better than having to go and find a second job or a third job, whatever it is, to exchange your time for, say, £10, £12, dollars, whatever it is you get paid. This is something where you could get paid, even if you got paid £50 an hour, that's better than working 5 hours for a 10 an hour. If you can charge £97 for a half an hour phone call, an hour phone call, if you can charge someone £5 grand for talking to them every week, to be fair, I think most people would be happy to talk to someone for half an hour every day for a couple of months if they got £5 grand out of it. Who wouldn't? So that's another sort of business model I wanted you to sort of consider. It is something that you can do. Like I say, you can add it to your fully automated passive income system, which we talked about in a previous video, which I think you should go and have a look at, because that is something where you basically sell them an ebook, cheap ebook, digital video or something. Then once they're on your email list and once they get to know you, then you could probably sell them this bigger coaching, mentor, consulting call. Again, it's just something that you can do. It's one of those things that you can do from anywhere in the world. You can travel. So again, it's just something that you could do to free up some extra spare time and some money. I accidentally kicked the cat there. I didn't realise she was below me. So thank you very much for watching. I again just wanted to bring that to your attention. It's something, if you go to the freedomskillsacademy.com and if you sign up for the members area, we'll be talking about stuff like that in more detail. That is, we want to talk about ways to free you up with time and money, give you more time to get you away from having to work the day job, because once you're in a job you can actually get stuck and get into a rut and get yourself tied into a position where you're having to work paycheck to paycheck, which is miserable. So we want you to have more freedom, have more enjoyment, and a lot of that comes with earning money to give you the freedom, but you give you more peace of mind and security. We're not saying that having money is always the most important thing in life, but having the money also gives you the freedom where you can do all the other stuff. It's a tool, and it's something that I think more people need to manage better and have more of. Or put it this way, if you want more freedom, you want to replace a working wage with a passive wage. That means you can travel and earn. We live in the greatest period of basically of all of history, of mankind, where we can make money from home using the tools that we have, and we can make money without actually having to exchange time for money. You don't have to exchange your hours for money, so why not utilize what we have and use it for your own benefit? So going to bring this video to a close. Say thank you very much for watching. Again, you go to the freedomskillsacademy.com, look at the link above you can get yourself a free copy of the Life Bible. It's a physical book, pay shipping, we'll send it anywhere in the world. You'll also find other things over there to do with freedom. We're basically trying to get yourself more time and more money and more freedom. The whole purpose is to have a balanced life. No point having thousands of pounds coming in each week and looking like you're making lots of money, but you've got thousands of pounds going out and you're miserable. It's many ways it's better just to have £1,000 coming in each month and only have £20 going out. We'll be happy as Larry. So it's all about balance and perspective. So we want you to have more freedom, more success and more wealth, but not at the sacrifice of your health or your mental health, obviously. So go to freedomskillsacademy.com, you'll find me there. You'll also find me over at andylehman.com. And thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in another video shortly. So thanks and goodbye.